Before creating tables in SQL Server, you would need to create a SQL Server database. The information in this video applies to any version of SQL Server, including SQL Server Express Edition. To complete this task, you should already have a local copy of the SQL Server database server installed. When performing data transfers, it is recommended that you perform this task with a local copy of SQL Server, not a remote database server hosted on the internet. Once the data has been transferred into SQL Server, then you can easily create a backup from the local database and import it into the remote server. Overall, this is a more reliable, faster, and easier to troubleshoot approach. In this video, I will be using Navicat to manage SQL Server, but you might also be using SQL Server Management Studio. I have opened Navicat and opened a connection to my locally installed SQL Server database. I right-click the database connection to create a new database from the menu. In the New Database dialog, enter a name for the new database. I would avoid using a database name containing special characters or spaces. By default, the collation you see here will be selected. You may select another collation if it is more appropriate for the users of your application. However, the CI designation within the collation name represents case-insensitive searching. Since FileMaker supports case-insensitive searching, we want the SQL Server database to have the same feature. The recovery model is pre-selected as simple, because this is the only option available when using SQL Server Express Edition. Furthermore, we want to improve performance during the bulk loading of data during step number 4. A production database would typically be configured to use the full recovery model to enable the use of point-in-time recovery. The simple recovery model also works better for development purposes because transaction log space is automatically reclaimed to reduce disk usage. After I click the OK button, my new database is created in about 1 second. I can now open it at the left side. Of course, there aren't any tables since I haven't created them yet. That will be the next task I perform using FmPro Migrator.